Capricorn, welcome to the tarot room. My name is Robyn. Capricorn, today let's do a what you don't see coming style reading. Let's talk about you, Cap. Let's see what's coming in your direction that you're not expecting, you're not anticipating, you don't see. Let's see what's next. We have blessed. All right. Well, you have a lot to be thankful for. You might be blessed, thanking your county stars. No, wait, thanking your lucky stars here, counting your luck. What's the expression? Counting your lucky stars, thanking your lucky stars. Either way, you gonna feel blessed. So let's see what this is. Let's see what's coming through. Let's see what you don't see coming. The Five of Pentacles. Okie dokie smoky. We'll see what that means, Capricorn. How's Capricorn going to feel about this? How is this going to make Capricorn feel? Three of Pentacles is in reverse. Knight of Wands is in reverse. The Hanged Man. Pisces energy, Aries, Leo, Sag. Your actions to take here, Capricorn, or advice? Four of Wands. And on the bottom of the deck is the Eight of Cups with the Eight of Pentacles, 88. Very lucky combination. All right, the Eight of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles. There's like an introspective energy of what to work on or where to work or where to focus your energy. Okay, let's talk about it, because what you don't see coming is the Five of Pentacles. So what is this? What is to the Ten of Pentacles? Well. Okay, you are going to feel pretty lucky. Okay, hold on. There's a Three of Swords is in reverse. I know another card flipped. Just give me one moment while I track the bad boy down. Oh, maybe it didn't flip. I'm pretty sure. Hold on. No. All right. I was wrong, Capricorn. I was wrong. So on the bottom of the deck, we have the Ten of Swords. It's the end. The end of suffering. The end of, like, if this is financial, if you've been struggling financially here, with the Five of Swords and the Ten of Swords, that's about to come to an end. You're about to get your job offer, you know, win the lottery here. There's a whirlwind of transformation here, Capricorn. And with the Three of Swords in reverse, you're not going to feel like it's the end of suffering, like literally. I don't know how else to say that. The end of suffering, the end of challenges, the end of struggles. You're going to be so thankful. You know, you've been trying to find a job for 6 years. You finally get the job. Hallelujah. You've been trying to get that inheritance from your mother and your father, and it's been in court for 9 years. You finally get the inheritance. Hallelujah. So there's a hallelujah type of energy here. There's a very, I am so glad that phase is over. I'm so glad that's done. However it applies to you, I do feel it is revolving around finances and money some sort and somehow. You know, it could be your job offer or it could be something coming through. Can I understand the Ten of Pentacles a little bit more for Capricorn? What is the Ten of Pentacles? What is coming through? Or are you going to keep it general? The Eight of Swords. Okay, whatever it is that you've been thinking or worried about. Some of you, this could be thoughts. It could be the end of negative thinking, but I don't feel that's how I'm going to apply it for the majority of the reading. Whatever you've been worried about, Capricorn, it's done. And I do feel it's money. So money, finances, job, in that sense, that challenge is coming to an end. And you have something that's about to come through, whether it's a job offer or like an inheritance or a whirlwind. It's a collection. You passed go, you're collecting your $200, and now you're about to buy some houses and hotels and Monopoly, baby. So it's the end of financial struggles. It really is. There's the Nine of Pentacles is in reverse again. So however you've been challenged or struggling here on your career or financial front, what you don't see coming is that's coming to an end. And for most of you, I feel with the Ten of Pentacles, it's a job offer or an investment opportunity. But some of you, I really feel like you're getting an inheritance or you're winning the lottery or, you know, you go to bingo, you win a couple $1,000s or something. But things are going to get a little easier for you here financially. That's what you don't see coming, and that's a beautiful energy to have coming towards you here, Capricorn, because like I said, you're going to be thanking and counting your lucky stars. I don't know the expression, so I'm going to say both of them. That's what's up. How this is going to make you feel is the Three of Pentacles in reverse, the Knight of Wands in reverse, and the Hanged Man. Relieved, right? The Three of Pentacles in reverse and the Knight of Wands in reverse is like letting go of stress, letting go of overly heavy emotions. How am I going to pay my rent? Well, guess what? I got my bingo check, baby. How am I going to pay for my cell phone? Well, I got this job offer now. So it kind of makes you feel relieved, makes you feel like you're moving forward. It makes you really appreciative here with this Hanged Man energy. It's like, gosh, I'm so thankful that I won a bingo today, or I'm so thankful I got this job offer, or, you know, so there's that element where you're feeling very relieved and thankful. which is why I think that blessed is there. You're going to be very thankful that this has come through and kind of changed the scope of your finances here, Capricorn. Is there anything else you want to say there for Cap? Yeah, baby, there is. 10 of Cups. That's how it's going to make you feel. Pretty freaking happy, pretty emotionally fulfilled, no more overwhelmed, no more stressed energy, no more worrying about that. You're going to have a little bit of peace. You're going to sleep better at night here, Capricorn. All right, hey. So your advice or actions to take are the 4 of Wands. That's balance. That's take a vacation, take a break. Well, if you're getting a new job, you're probably not going to be taking a vacation, but hold on. The Lovers is in reverse with the 8 of Pentacles and the 4 of Wands. Well, this is more advice than actions to take. The King of Cups. They want you, first of all, this is kind of that element of patience and biding your time, right? Whatever you're going through is just temporary. And it's just knowing that. So it's making the best decisions for yourself, which is first of all to focus on the blessings and getting into that principle of appreciation when things aren't going your way, right? Because it's just temporary, principle of rhythm. It's not going to last forever. But it's making the choice for yourself to stay balanced and grounded. So we did have this Knight of Wands in reverse energy here, Capricorn, and that is an energy where when you're feeling overwhelmed, you act out of kind, out of state, out of character. Right? When you're really stressed out of money or get worried, you start doing things maybe you didn't want to do or you wouldn't normally do, or you know what I mean? So there's like an element where there's staying balanced during that tough time, and don't let it change you or get down on yourself or affect you in that way. Make the decision to stay grounded and to stay balanced and to focus on what you have. Because like I said, that challenge is just temporary. Okay, is there anything else you want to say to Capricorn, or anything else Capricorn needs to know, needs to hear, needs to be aware of? 7 of Pentacles, there's your growth. There's definitely progress and growth here from the 5 to the 7 to the 10, and there's a 3 of Wands. So invest your time in what you want. Bide your time and have patience, Capricorn, because what you don't see coming is an opportunity or financial shift in your money, and you're going to be happy. This is the card of progress. So the 7 of Pentacles means your money's improving, things are getting better, and that's what you want. There's a 3 of Wands. So focus your intention on what you want, continue to focus and stay positive on where you're heading, and focus on what you do have. And before you know it, you're going to see a big shift in that financial energy, and you'll be a lot more stable here. A lot less worries. Like I said, it means no worries. You won't be worried about it anymore. That's what you don't see coming. So let's grab some oracles. Let's see what they want to say. And then we'll jump back into the tarot. We'll do a potential outcome. We'll see how this opportunity or this shift is affecting you and how you're doing in a month, Cap. So what do you need to surrender to, darling? Rest and sleep. To prevent burnout, slow down. Honor your need for quiet time and peaceful sleep in order to rejuvenate your mind, your body, and your spirit. Rest. You know, and especially when we worry, it can be hard to sleep. So don't forget to get that shut-eye here. And what's the spirit animal message for you, Cap? What is the spirit animal message for Capricorn? The dragon, the passion. Yeah, there's that Knight of Wands in reverse energy. This dragon is a reminder of your strong will and your fiery personality, but it's also a symbol of passion and fire. You are being asked to practice self-control and to be cautious so your passion does not lead you into trouble. Okay, and the career advice. So for those of, I think this is financial and career for some form. Now, not every single one of you it's going to be career, but for those of you where it is, I want to get your career advice. Magic. Wow, you have the power now. You have the power. Use your magic to attract what you want into your life, because the sky is the limit, but there are no limits. Okay, let's do it. Let's get down to it, Capricorn. Let's get your potential outcome. Now, when I say potential, there's always free will. You're going to make the decisions you're going to make. And when I say outcome, let's see where you are in a month. Let's go to the beginning of November. Let's see how things are playing out. How you doing? Let's talk about your Cappy and see how things are playing out for you here. Well, we have the 4 of Pentacles is in reverse. We have the Tower in reverse. The 5 of Cups. The High Priestess. And we have the 7 of Swords in reverse. Oh, 2 of Swords is here. Okay, I'll put that on the bottom with the 5 of Swords in reverse. You're making the decision to let go of something. 8 of Swords in reverse, something from the past. There's a release here. It's been something that you've been resistant to release. So what is this release? And why was Capricorn resistance, or what is this? Let me understand what's happening here. The Page of Wands, the World, the 4 of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, and the 3 of Cups. The 8 of Cups, and there's the Knight of Swords. It's a release of expectations. You're really hard on yourself. You might, you know, like, I'm hearing some of you might be a type A personality, or some of you might have very high expectations for yourself. And there's a release of expectations here. Maybe I'm reading the Bhagavad Gita. So the High Priestess and the Lovers is like you're just making you're releasing expectations. So you're just making the decision to go with the flow and to move forward without expectations, but just trusting that everything is going to work out the way that it's meant to work out. So I see a very strong release here, and it could be just expectations of yourself, expectations of other people, of money. There's just a release of expectations here, Capricorn, because what you're realizing is when you expect too much, and I'm not going to say too much, but when we have expectations that we place on ourselves and when we place on others, it can create suffering, it can create disappointment. That's what Lord Krishna taught us. And this is very much like, I feel like we're like in the Bhagavad Gita. So you just create suffering. You do. And you're releasing that expectation. You're letting that go. There's the High Priestess. You're just putting trust in yourself and trust in the universe, and you're just trusting, and right, and I think that's because everything turned out okay, right? Everything turned out fine for you. You got what you needed when you needed it. So yes, there was challenges and suffering, but the universe had your back in the long run. So kind of built your trust within your intuition, within Mother Sophia or Source here, and there's just a release of expectation. But what's the 7 of Swords in reverse for Capricorn? What is this? Let me understand the 7 of Swords for Capricorn. Hold on, Cap. Nothing there. 7 of Swords is upright. The 2 of Pentacles. You're looking at your challenges differently. And there's the 2 of Cups. And you're looking at your challenges differently. That's the expectation too that you're releasing, is the way that you're looking at your challenges, your barriers, your obstacles, your negative experiences, the liars, cheater, stealer of the world. You're looking at them differently, and you're kind of applying alchemy. This is turning a negative situation into a positive, an obstacle into a blessing. It's knowing you're going to get where you need to go, and it's just trusting the process, going through the process, and focusing on the outcome and enjoying the journey, whether it's good or bad. Those emotions are important, and they're going to teach you. So there's this element here, Capricorn, where there's a very strong balanced energy and merging energy. I feel like Dark Night of the Soul here, like Neo, you know, in the Matrix 1, when Neo got shot, he wasn't the one, he couldn't do anything, he wasn't this, and then boom, the agents took him out. That was symbolic of his ego death, right? Of the old version of Neo, and now he's rising the best version of himself, the one. He knows the power that he has, he knows, you know, so there's that element where you're merging your energies here, you're releasing expectations, and you're releasing that, and there's the 2 of Cups. So complete balance, complete harmony within yourself, and just understanding the ups and downs of life, and knowing that you're going to get where you want. It's just a matter of when, not a matter of if. So there's a release, there's a go with the flow energy here, Capricorn, but there's a very strong spiritual growth. I mean, you could be activating some spiritual gifts here with this 2 of Cups and the High Priestess energy, but I really feel like it's just activating more self-awareness within yourself. What's the Emperor? Learning that when you place expectations on yourself or others, that it does create suffering. When you're not happy with what you have, right? The teachings of the Buddha, when you're not happy with what you have and you always want more, you create suffering. So this is acceptance and being happy in the present energy. And that's truly when more blessings start to come in. And that's where you are, is that realization and that manifestation time of pulling those blessings in. So I see stability, I see release, I see no more worries or stress or burdens here, Capricorn. That's what I got. That's what's up. That's what's going down. But I do feel incomplete. What am I missing now? What am I not saying? There's something I'm missing. The 4 of Pentacles. There's a lot of stability here. That's the part that I was missing. And there's the Lovers. You're making the right decisions for yourself. So, right at the beginning of this reading, we started with suffering. We started with challenges, whether it's negative thinking or finances. I really feel it had to do with finances and money. But we end it with the Four of Pentacles, which is stability. So you're a lot more stable. You're a lot more grounded. You're a lot more comfortable here. And that is also going to allow you to release the expectations. Because when you have that level of comfort and confidence, you release that part of yourself or that thought. All right, that's what I got. That's what's up. That's what's going on, and that's what you don't see coming. So, Cappy, I sure hope you enjoyed your reading. I do hope it resonated and benefited you. And as always, if you like your reading and my style, I do ask that you like, comment, subscribe. It kind of helps my channel to grow, so thank you, Capricorn. I always appreciate that. And let's close your reading off with your final message. What is the final message for Capricorn? Well, we got ourselves a couple, Cappy. Owning our story and loving ourselves through that process is the bravest thing we will ever do. So what is a negative narrative you tell about yourself? Take a breath and let it go. And when you recognize and reflect on even one good thing about yourself, you are building a bridge to a place of kindness and caring. So write down one of your favorite traits about yourself and celebrate why you love this about you. Okay. And Capricorn, for those of you that like the yes or no, let's do it. Let's get the yes or no. Yes or no? What is the answer for Capricorn? Yes or no? Yes or no? You ready? Okay. Perhaps. That's what I got. Cappy, truly wish you the best of luck. Until next time.